Hi, this is going to be a very quick video about why we don't use even gentle or light corrections at Hound Charming, and it's because of what it does to the relationship effectively, because gentle or light corrections are not going to serve a useful purpose to change behaviour. It's proven in science that to modify behaviour through the use of punishment, the punishment must be swift and severe. So you would have to be administering something fairly high level to actually be sufficient to change future behaviour, to stop the dog pulling on the lead in future. Otherwise, what we're doing is just administering the same low level corrections day on day without ever really changing that pulling on the lead behaviour, if that's the example that we're talking about, because that's the one that often kind of gets asked about when people are new. Well, why can't I just give him a small tug on the lead? You know, I'm not hurting him. You probably aren't hurting him, but it might be annoying, or it's enough in the moment to make him go, oh, I didn't like that, so I'll fall back in line. But what you'll find is tomorrow, or when he sees something that's more interesting than your tug is aversive, he's still going to pull ahead. So it doesn't really change behaviour or help your training. So our philosophy is that we teach the dog what we do want him to do and where we do want him to be, and we make that space or that behaviour, sorry, that was my son, we make that space or that behaviour more reinforcing, so that he wants to be where we want him to be. That's our philosophy. So, you know, to change future behaviour, we have to either positively reinforce the behaviours we do want, or swiftly and severely punish the behaviours we don't want, the things that we want to change. And that's not going to be any good for our relationship, and nor is nagging the dog day on day with the same minor corrections. And if you're finding that you're having to use those minor corrections on every walk or every day you go out, then it clearly isn't effective for managing the behaviour or changing the behaviour. So yeah, that's our philosophy. We don't use corrections because they're not effective. We don't use punishment because it damages the relationship, and there are consequences to the use of punishment. Even if you were somebody who was able to follow through with swift and severe punishment in order to change behaviour, there are fallouts to that, so emotional consequences, usually for the dog but also for yourself, because those behaviours might kind of fly out in other ways. So say for example, if you've punished a dog for reactivity around dogs, you're going to probably find that there's an emotional consequence for that for the dog. Or they might cease to give warnings at an earlier stage because they've been punished for doing so, and then go straight to a bite. There is always a consequence to the use of punishment, so that's why we don't use it. And low-level corrections are not effective in changing behaviour, so that's why we don't use them. It's much better, and it's proven in the science that the best way to train an animal is through positively reinforcing the behaviours that we do want, teaching them where we want them to be and what we do want them to be doing. So that's why we kind of use those methods. You know, they're proven in science and they're effective. Okay, I hope that helps. Speak to you soon. Bye.